This is Margaret Keenan, who was joyfully celebrated, along with William Shakespeare, for being the first recipient of the vaccine. Her nurse, May Parsons, was given an award in 2022. And as part of her speech, she said she was honoured to be chosen to offer the hope to everyone, that light in the very dark and long tunnel we were all in. But the hope was manufactured. Back in 2000, a US government report from the Institutes of Health explained how injections cannot prevent a respiratory virus infection because they don't provide mucosal immunity in the respiratory tract, which can stop a virus actually getting into a cell. So their conclusion was they rarely, if ever, provide protection. Then in January of 2021, so a month into the vaccine rollout, Anthony Fauci co-authored a review, and they made the same point. He said, injected vaccines do not provide mucosal immunity, saying our current understanding of these vaccines is very likely to change over the coming months. So they knew the trial results and they were suspicious of them. But then something shifted in 2021. It began in Israel with Professor Aaron Siegel, a scientist at the Weizmann Institute, saying the magic has started. And then the word miracle started to be used in relation to COVID vaccines. Time magazine joined in. And then by May 2021, Fauci introduced this extreme claim.
It's absolutely the case, and that's the reason why we say when you get vaccinated, you not only protect your own health, that of the family, but also you contribute to the community health by preventing the spread of the virus throughout the community. In other words, you become a dead end to the virus. And when there are a lot of dead ends around, the virus is not going to go anywhere. And that's when you get a point that you have a markedly diminished rate of infection in the community.
And this dead end claim was picked up and amplified by media across the world. 2 years later, he was back to being evidence-based. He co-authored another paper saying it was not surprising that respiratory viruses had always failed to be controlled by vaccines. He said, this observation raises a question of fundamental importance. If natural mucosal respiratory virus infections do not elicit complete and long-term protective immunity against reinfection, how can we expect vaccines, especially systemically administered, which means injected, non-replicating vaccines, to do so? A miracle vaccine could at most reduce hospitalizations and deaths.